only thing about it is I don't have any kind of intros, anything like that. You are live. Let's see, where's my counter?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun. This is our segment of Let's Talk. I want to say Let's Talk Radio, but it's not Let's Talk Radio. It's Let's Talk YouTube.
You too.
The platform that we have fallen, well, I have fallen in love with here in the last, 90 days, thereabout. I'm trying to adjust this thing. It seems like it's right in my mouth. I'm so excited. This is our first live Let's Talk, and we are here with none other than Christienah from YouTube channel. Christienah!
What's up, everyone? I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you
So
so
glad
much
to
for
see
being here
everybody.
with us. Thank you so very much. And you
You're
know what? I just
welcome.
thought about something I forgot because
What?
I have got to play commercials throughout our segment.
Yes, you definitely do.
I have
Can't
to. But
can't leave anybody out.
I left my speaker in the other room, so I got to run and go get it.
Oh
So
my goodness.
can I trust you for like 30 seconds to introduce yourself and introduce who you are, where
I,
you are, and I'm not listening either, so I don't know what you're about to say.
it's you're just gonna have to trust
I'm
me.
gonna have to trust you.
Yeah, we'll see if I can do this all right.
I'm about to start sweating. Oh my goodness! All right, I'll be right back.
Do we have anybody online yet? Is anybody gonna say hello? I'm Christienah, and my channel is about what's really going on in current news and how it connects to Bible prophecy and how it directs where we're going to be going in the future. And back to Roderick,
Did you
plant-based.
blow it up? You blew it up while I was gone. Oh well, thank you. I have no idea what you just said. You might have just threatened to blow everybody up. I don't even know, but I know better. So
Yeah,
we
I
just
didn't.
met. Wow, we just met what, a couple, 2-3 weeks ago.
Not long, kindred
I,
spirits.
I know, and I feel like I've known you all of my life.
So do I. I just feel like I've met you before, definitely. At least
Right.
your spirit, so I could tell this was going to be one of those fun live streams that anything could be possible. I just, because I'm kind of a silly crack up kind of person.
You are, and that's
I
one thing I love about you. You just whatever comes up comes out, and it's
It's,
usually pretty good, and it's usually pretty funny. You had me cracking up early when we was texting because I was like, "Oh my god, I hope I wasn't offensive." He was like, "No, I'm laughing at you."
yeah, you're actually a pretty funny guy. I'm a I was a band nerd,
Oh, okay.
A student,
What did you play in band?
flute.
Really?
Yes,
See, I know a little
yes.
bit about instruments.
I had a
What's it called? Your
professional.
armature? Is that what you had to fix? Your armature? Is that what it's called? When you fix your lips a certain way?
I don't know.
What you mean you don't
Oh,
know?
they never taught me that word. I just
Oh,
played that
okay.
thing.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
just played it?
I had a professional Gemeinhardt flute. It was gold and silver, had extra keys on it. It was amazing, but I was really, really good at it.
Okay. I'm
Really good.
impressed. Very much so. All right, so while we are chatting it up, let's welcome some of the folks that are watching us. Welcome to X Country Adventures. I checked out your channel too, and I'm going to subscribe because I was sold as soon as I saw why you do what you do. And let's go look at Half Crazy Old Christian Redneck.
Oh, that's for me.
Okay,
Hey,
all right.
crazy.
All right, and she says, okay, Country said hello. Half Crazy said, yeah. Christienah is the greatest. You're getting all kind of love right now. Half Crazy said Texans are still a little off. I'm a Texan too. A lot of people don't realize that I live in Virginia now, but I'm a Texan, born and bred. Tyler, Texas, okay?
Texas.
And Half Crazy said they played the trumpet. Oh my, not the trumpet.
Gotta have the band, baby.
Gotta have the band in the house. All right, cool. So you can hear the dogs in the background. I cannot get away from them. They are just so loud all the time. Those are the babies.
Hold on just a second. I want to be able to I want to hear it too, I mean, I want to see some of the live chat and I can't see it
Oh,
just
you
yet.
can't see?
Not yet. Well, I was pulling it up and
Oh, you put it
that
up on another YouTube channel.
yeah. Yeah, well
Okay,
I'm
cool.
I'm trying to pull it up like on another tab so that I can see the chat too. There
Oh,
it
okay.
is. There it
Cool, cool,
is.
cool. There you have it. All right. So in plant-based home prepper. What am I missing? Plant-based homestead. Oh my God, this is gonna be a long interview. Plant-based homestead prepper. In our usual. What am I? I'm trying to run some ads. That's all. See what I decided to do, Christina, and you know this, but a lot of people who are watching don't. I said, you know what? Once you get to a certain point on YouTube, you're big, right? And you can you'll start running ads, and they'll pay you for it. I said, you know what? Forget that. I'm gonna start running my own ads. So that's
Yeah,
why
you
I started reaching out to people like yourself.
yes, and that's really a good idea because YouTube has made it so hard to run ads
Right.
and they pay you so little
Little.
that it's really just better to just promote yourself. You'll
I agree.
probably do a lot better.
Ah,
That's the
Susan is
truth
here.
of
Hello, Susan. Welcome, welcome. X Country said Texans are good people. You know what? I personally have never met a bad Texan. Now that's just me personally. Now I'm sure there are some out there, but I have never met one.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But most Texans, yeah, they're great. They're awesome. I'm from the Houston area, and they're made tough around there. They're a lot of oil rig and water quality control. Them boys that can work. They're big boys, and
Yes,
they work hard and play just as hard.
they do play just as hard. All right, so you are from Houston. You've been in Houston pretty much all your life, right?
Yes,
Okay,
all my
cool.
life.
All your life. And Christina right now is living my dream. I'm not going to give it up because she might not want to tell you anything about the way she lives, but she is living my dream right now.
It's perfectly fine.
Well, you want to tell the people kind of how you live and what you
Oh,
do?
sure, sure. I moved towards the furthest north part of the Houston area as I could get because I am a little worried about the coastlines. But I basically grew up on the coastline, but I live in an RV now, and it's a two-bedroom. It's really nice, but I have water storage holding tanks and battery backup for
You wasn't
my
supposed to tell
light.
all that because you didn't want your neighbors to know.
None of them are watching. I guarantee it right
Okay,
now.
good, good right now.
If they are, I'll have to move because sometimes the water goes out.
Oh
The
wow,
plumbing will break somewhere and like we'll be out the whole day. But I'm fine.
cool.
They're not.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so you are living my dream. You're living in an RV,
And to have a
and
garden.
and and that's one thing we share. We
Yes.
share growing. I think that's what got us talking. Because when you first
Yes.
found my channel, you was like, "Hey, you should take those pineapples and you should grow them." And then I showed one day all of my pineapples.
I was so glad too. I was like, well, if he's so worried about pineapples not being on the shelf, he better get started.
Yes, but you know it takes pineapples so long to grow and
I
produce.
know. I know, but that's what makes it even more worth it.
Right.
That makes them the best because I've been growing things in my yard that takes forever to grow so that as things steadily get worse, my situation is getting better and I have more of a selection. Like I got strawberry patch that's been going for about a year and a half and I'm expecting it to get, but if I didn't put in that pre-work, I might
That's
not
true.
have what I will have.
That's true. Very true. Have crazy said California is in SHTF storm. Yes, they are.
Yes,
Yes, they are.
they're really going through some spiritual battles over there and it's manifesting in the real is what I think, but that's how my channel, that's how I relate
Right.
pretty much most things.
Susan said I had mine growing for 2 years. Then they all died. Poor Susan.
Oh
X
no.
Country said, yes, it is. I live in Northern California. Oh my God, X Country. Really? You live in Northern California. So update us on the blackout because I keep getting conflicting reports on the blackout. Some people say, hey, it's fine and everything is going well. And other people are like, well, I haven't heard anybody except on the national media saying that they were actually in a blackout. Have you heard anything about the blackout from your sources, Christina?
Oh no, I've just been hearing about it on the news pretty much like you have, but now they're starting to talk about how they might shut down, PG&E might shut down for like a decade.
Oh, really?
Right, but I mean
Oh,
they've
I
been
hadn't heard that.
but have you also heard about all the magma that's been moving under California? It,
No, I hadn't heard that. You always have the technology of knowledge. You sent me something today. We're gonna talk about that here in a minute. And I was like,
okay.
oh my god. But let's
Yeah.
talk. Let's talk about California. This magma. Tell me about this magma.
Well, as you know, the magma is pretty much on the move around the world. Our,
Right.
our, our planet's under a lot of pressure. And so a lot of dormant volcanoes in lots of places are waking up, and in some places, the where the earth shifts, the places of the volcanoes also shift. And I believe California is just one of those places, but they have this enormous amount of magma that is boiling just below the surface. And so I kind of wonder a lot if that has something to do with the fires that they're having.
Could be.
I mean, they did just have another big quake today off of the coast of Oregon
Really?
and North Carolina. Yeah, like a 5.3, and then one
Wait a minute, where'd you
aftershock.
say? Where'd you say? In Oregon?
It was off the coast in the water on I believe, the Cascadia
Okay.
subduction zone. It was a 5.3. So there's just a lot of pressure. And when you see earthquakes in West Texas,
Hmm.
that is associated with pressure in South Carolina, California. My bad. When you've got pressure in South California, when it's that bad, you'll start seeing West Texas start having, and that's a
Oh,
volcanic
really?
area. Yeah, they call it the Trans-Pecos volcanic region in West Texas. So it's kind of all connected.
Right. I mean, that makes sense too. Let's see. I'm gonna catch up on some of our chat over here. X country. I'm from Red Fluff, and Half Crazy said lots of magma South Cali. Country said blackouts are based on red flag warnings. When conditions are favorable for active fire, grids will shut down in fire prone areas. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, very quick, and I'm going to give the first ad to our guest today, our special guest. Now, I don't have, listen, y'all, this is a low budget show, okay? Let's start there. We are very low budget, and I don't know how to change screens, so you guys gonna have to deal with what I have, okay?
Hi, I'm Christina, and you are watching Plant-Based Homestead Prepper.
Say what?
Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
All right, thank you, Christina.
Subscribe, y'all.
That's kind of fun. Being live and then actually doing the commercials in it.
Especially when you did it just now. Okay, I
Right.
think that's one of the funniest things I have ever seen.
Right. Because you have to work within the realm of the things that you have, and I don't know how to flip screens. This is all new to me, and eventually we'll get to the point where we can flip screens and all that kind of stuff. But right now, we just gotta do what we gotta do.
Just do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Let's talk about this YouTube video you sent me earlier about this pig epidemic Armageddon that's going on. Take over.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not just about the pigs, because Dabe was just reporting that a quarter of the world's pigs have been just decimated.
Wow.
Yeah, and but it's not just the pigs. For lots of different reasons, we're having problems with the chickens and the cattle too, and how the meat prices are continue to keep just rising. Something is wiping out, but it makes a lot of sense scientifically, because being in a solar minimum, we're going to be holding more moisture in,
Right.
and that allows for bacteria and viruses to grow. But we've got solar winds coming in, right? And that actually causes these viruses to mutate. So we don't know really what we're in for. Oh gosh, I just had this amazing thing to say, and it just left my brain just right then. Don't you hate it when that happens?
Your brain is moving too fast.
Oh gosh, lightning speed. That's being an epileptic for you, though. Just got all these thoughts. But it really does kind of concern me, because we're not going to stay in the solar minimum forever. And it's not just a solar minimum, it's a magnetic pole reversal that we're going through, and that's really going to compound everything. And when the solar minimum begins really turning into the solar maximum, that's when we're going to start seeing auroras as far south as Puerto Rico.
Wow.
And that's going to be a pretty bad problem. That's when you're going to know that we're really in the rough, that things are about to take a turn for the worse.
Now,
But
one thing I did notice this season of growing, it was very, and now normally, now I've been doing this. This is my fourth year. Normally, it's really easy to grow corn and tomatoes. Very, very easy. And I mean, normally, and last year when I grew tomatoes, I had so many tomatoes that I gave away to all my neighbors. I ate tomatoes until I turned into a red tomato head. And I had so many tomatoes that just most of them died on the plant. This year was not like that. I couldn't get corn to grow. I couldn't get tomatoes to grow. Did you see the same thing in Texas?
I noticed that during the summer months that it was a struggle to keep most of my plants alive, but I couldn't grow certain things. Like my tomatoes wouldn't grow during the summer; they only would in the spring and fall. I couldn't grow potatoes, so
Oh,
yeah, I did see something like that too here.
yeah.
They're not really liking whatever that sun, the
Right.
intensity of
Whatever.
the sun.
Hmm. Yeah, I noticed that. And now some things like even I have an apple tree that should have produced like crazy, and it didn't produce that well this year. Actually, didn't produce anything but like three apples, which is crazy
Oh
for this tree.
wow.
Yeah, that's insane. And I did notice this also right before everything started to blossom and bloom. We had another storm that came in, and as soon as that storm hit, I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna have any pears. I'm not gonna have any peaches. I'm not gonna have any apples because all of my blooms that were out there, the storm blew them all off." So
That'll do it.
yeah,
We've
and
been getting some crazy storms
we
out
have
here. Yeah, the winds have been low hurricane level for, just a storm, that's blowing things through, like just blowing things anyway. It's really bad. Where the house will be shaken. It's
right.
pretty bad. And it's just for a rain. It's just for a storm.
Just a normal rain, just a shower, and turns into a major storm. That's like I was talking. My sister lives in Dallas, and last week when the Cowboys were playing, that storm rolled through, and she said it was out of nowhere. It's like the kickoff happened with the Cowboys, and they were watching the game, and then next less than an hour they were in their closets because the tornado came through, and they're popping up out of nowhere.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we are going to have to expect with what's happening to our planet right now. And that's what makes the growing conditions so bad, and for it just so hard for us to keep the livestock alive that we do have. So whatever skills that we have, whatever we've started, it's just going to continue to get to that point where it's a little bit late to start.
Yes, ma'am. So make sure you guys go over and check out Christina's channel. Her name is her channel,
Yes,
and you
it
can get the
is.
correct spelling right there. And don't do it now. Don't leave our live to go do
No,
it. Take a
don't
take
leave
a
the live stream.
snapshot. Take a snapshot of this picture of the screen, and then go back later and go check her out. Okay. Welcome 6 acres, and let's see what you guys catch up on chat. Y'all laugh out loud. Yep. You're from Texas, bro. Yes, I am. 6 acres said that's awesome. A polar reversal. They deny. Do you think it's odd that China and Russia are more truthful concerning global cooling than U.S.? I'm not surprised.
Oh, I've noticed it. They
Yeah.
they tell everybody to stock up on supplies and get their bunkers ready, but not the United States.
I mean, pretty much every other country is saying that except the U.S.
Oh, absolutely.
She said it seems BBC is better at reporting world news and what's going on in the U.S. versus the U.S. media. You're not going to get any truth out the U.S. media. Okay, if you're watching any U.S. media and you're expecting to get the truth or getting current events, you're not going to get that. Okay, the only
That's
the
right.
only place you're going to get current events and truth is on Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, Christienah, and Prepper channels. That's the that's the only place you're going to get some truth.
Yeah, like other whistleblower
Right.
channels that'll let you know that something's wrong.
Yep.
And just
Very
for the
true.
record, when I started my YouTube channel, I actually just signed up for it like in my 20s, and I never did anything with it. And that's why it just had my name, and it was just too late to change it.
Okay. If you were to change it, what would you change it to?
I really haven't thought about that because I'm really just glad that I'm giving people the opportunity to learn how to spell my name.
I know because I did it earlier and I had butchered it. I was like, let me look this name because I knew it's not spelled normally. So I was like, yeah, let me go and look at this.
My mom was being funny that day. They're like, "Oh, it's just Christina." You know,
Yeah, it's not really that, Christina.
it's its own amount of alphabet letters. I mean, that's not even my last name included.
I
So,
know
but we just teach everybody that's my name.
that's her name, and go check out her channel. But not now. Wait until we get finished. All right. So that was one thing I was going to ask you. Because you've been on YouTube for a while. When did
Yes.
you really get active and start posting? Because I noticed that you had over 175,000 views.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I started really posting in 2015,
Okay.
and it started really taking off actually that first year.
Did it? Okay.
It, yeah, I just took a year off because I'd have had amnesia for a long time, and I started having those memories coming back, and so I took a year off, and I'm back.
Cool.
I
You are.
had a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're back.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to
Yes,
be
ma'am.
here.
All
So,
right. So I was going to ask you about family, but you didn't mention. Well, I don't know what you mentioned while I was gone. So I was going to ask you about your family because I did meet some of them. I don't know if you want to share any of that on here, but let's talk about what do you like most about YouTube?
oh gosh, definitely the ability to get the information from trusted sources
Okay.
because that you just know you can't get anywhere else. That's what I really like about it.
Right.
And I also love the community. You meet a lot of great people that you ordinarily wouldn't get to meet.
That's
Like,
true. Well, I've only been on YouTube literally about 120 days, less than that. And I used to be real heavy on another platform. I'm not going to mention that name because that's a competitor. And I used to do videos on there all the time. And someone hit me up one day. It's like, why are you not on YouTube? I was like, because it's confusing to me. It's like, well, you can make money. I was like, okay, I'm on. And really, I mean, that's really, you are, you're limited on other platforms as far as your reach. And I've noticed already just in the last 100 days of being on YouTube, we have reached so many more people with the message that we have, which is we eat plant based. You can or cannot. It doesn't matter if you do, but you need to prep for what's coming.
That's
Grow
right. And
and
it
grow
is
some food.
it is coming. You can see the writing on the wall, and there's always the people that are more like ostriches and want to keep their heads in the sand, but this is just really something that is inevitable, and you
Right.
want to be able to be in the practice. You want to have started further ahead than just that day, because this is going to be very long and sustaining, whatever how bad this it just starts as a food shortage. It's supposed
Yep.
to get worse.
Let's take a quick break and bring in another tuber. I've nicknamed you guys as tubers now. Bring in another tuber partner. All right. So here we go.
Welcome to Plant Based Homestead Prepper. I am Grim from Grim Survival, where we talk about SHTF scenarios, food shortages, things I see while driving this thing, and solar minimums, among many other things. But back to your regular scheduled program. Cue the intro.
I
All
love
right.
his channel.
Yeah, his channel is pretty cool. Grim puts out some really good stuff. So you guys go check out Grim Survival. And if anybody's out there and you have a channel and you want to get promoted and you want to partner with Plant Based Homestead Prepper, hey, email me, plantbasedhomesteadprepper@gmail.com. I will get back to you. Now, my email is being flooded with so many hundreds of thousands of emails. So it might take me, 20 minutes to get back to you because, I'm just so busy. Not really. Um, it's funny because, people who are in this community, a lot of us are what they call them lone wolf McQuays. That's not what they call them, but a lot of us are like just solo. And I've noticed that some prepper channels, they're like, no, I don't even want to talk to you. And it's funny because I don't know why. And another thing, we're a small channel, so we don't really bring a lot to the table to the larger channels. To the larger guys, they don't even email me back. I'm like, hey, I would love to connect with you. And it's like crickets.
Well, the way that I've seen YouTube up until now is that I guess everybody is a competitor, and so you're really doing a corner market thing on bringing other channels in, which is definitely a very good thing. I think it's a lot better, and I think it could actually begin to change the way that people YouTube,
I think
because
so.
it's one thing to have, this is the channels I like, just on the side, but to actually bring people in, that's good right there. That's genius, actually.
Hey,
It is.
I come up with one every lifetime.
Yeah,
One good
I keep it
idea every
up.
lifetime. All right, so let's talk about your channel and let's get in depth with, because you get into some deep stuff on your channel. You are out. I ain't gonna say you're out there, but you are because I spent a lot of time on it today. I didn't tell you, but I spent a lot of time on your channel today. I watched like, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 videos. I was like, it makes you think, makes you you almost have one of those channels that you don't want to listen to or watch late at night with the lights off.
Yeah, definitely.
You definitely have a PG 13. No, I mean it's for anybody. It's not bad. It's just it makes you think. So go. Let us know about your channel.
Okay. The channel, it's kind of a mix of Bible prophecy and the science
Mhm.
that helps us understand how these certain end time prophecies unfold scientifically, not pushing God out, just how he's using the elements. And then I connect it with the news that is current today, that just kind of links it all together to give us a better idea. But I started the channel because when I got really sick a few years ago, I did almost pass away, and God did send me back, but he sent me back with a little information. And so I started the channel based off of really what he wanted me to put out there. And then it just kind of went on from there.
Okay, beautiful. You have a good channel. You have a very good channel, and I am not surprised that you are where you are with your subscriber count and your views because channel's good.
Or the fact that YouTube wanted to shut me down.
Oh wow! Let's not talk about that.
Well, they did, because I guess I got a little bit close to home in some areas, but we're in the birth pangs right now,
Hmm.
and that means that something is going to be revealed. You can't be in labor forever, and that's what the apocalypse is all about,
Right,
something being revealed.
and that's true. YouTube. I have heard from other channels, especially larger channels, how you will get censored on this platform. Now, me, because I'm young, I'm like I love YouTube. Um, I guess once I get monetized and they shut me down on a video that goes viral, then I'll have something to say.
Well, you are a homestead prepper, and I don't think they tend to really get too hard down on you guys. They don't really mind the preppers as much. I've noticed, but because I think I get a little bit too close with the science,
Hmm.
that it kind of upsets them a little bit, and
Oh,
they don't want everybody knowing there's a little genius on YouTube.
that's a good way of putting it. Let's take a quick break and let's check out another one of our tuber partners. Okay, now
Let's go.
I have two videos here, and I have everybody always send me two, and I never know which one to click. So we're just gonna click one. How about that? Y'all understand later.
Hey guys, it's Jennifer Chappelle with Heart Speak Warriors Forum.
Jennifer.
I hope you're enjoying all of the entertainment that you're getting right here on Plant Based Homestead Prepper with my honey, Robert Chappelle. When you're done, pop over to my channel at Heart Speak Warriors Forum, where we will take ordinary people and listen to their extraordinary stories. Hope to see you guys there.
All right, of course I gotta promote my honey. That's my baby. She's gonna always get promoted, even if nobody else does. And she finally, listen, guys, I want y'all to go over there and check out her channel because she finally posted her first video. She needs some encouragement because I kind of forced her and made her do that. So she needs a little encouragement, guys. Heart speak.
Well, be sure to put the
Oh, you know what? I do need to.
links, everybody.
Okay, so what I'll do once we get finished, and when the video uploads, I will put everybody's link in the what's that called? In the feed or whatever, in the comments section, whatever it's called. I can't remember what description. That's it. I put
Yeah.
everybody's links in the description, okay? And I've been pretty good about doing that. Maybe of other 2 or 3 videos, putting everybody's links in. All right, so let's go. Let's catch up with our chat. Queenie is here. Hey, Queenie, how are you? Queenie lives in Texas too. Uh, 6 Acres was speaking to Queenie.
Amy.
Susan said that's true. I can't remember what she was talking about. That's true. Gotta go, guys. Hope have a good night. That was 6 Acres. Knife collector, you're late. You're late to the party. And when you're late, hey, you get the leftovers. He said, I knew you guys would start without me. Yes. When we say 7 o'clock, we mean 7 o'clock. And then I guess that's Michaela Curley. She's in Corpus Christi. It must be one of your folks. Checking you out. So guys, feel free to ask questions. Feel free to ask questions to Christienah and even to me. I may have the answer. Now, this is what you said. You was talking about news a while ago. What are some of your sources where you're getting your information from?
Well, I do like, I mean, I don't really talk to him, but I do like listening to Dabu77 once in a while. Gosh, you got me on the spot here. Honestly, I really like listening to Mike from around the world.
Okay.
And then, I'll just check around the news for like crop losses or whatever. I do my independent research too, just trying to think of the other ones. But now that you ask me, it's like trying to remember who do I, huh?
You got a blank right now?
Yes.
It's okay. It'll come to you.
It's not good when you're live, at least, the videos, I can edit them. So if I have a blank spot, I can just edit that out. And I just it looks such a good flow.
Right. But that's why I love live, because you're getting the true, authentic, just on the spot. Because I didn't know I was going to ask you that question, and as we talk, other questions will come in.
Ice Age Farmer.
Yeah, you should have said, "Hey, what's the guy's name?" I would have told you, Ice Age Farmer.
It's there. It'll just come out at these odd times.
That's cool. Knife Collector is saying significant snowstorm with wind chills down to -35 to hit
Where?
Montana. He said Montana. That's in the news. Is that mainstream media, Knife Collector? That's really low. Even for Montana. -35 wind chill, that's cold. Oh my goodness. Really
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot again. If you were new to prepping, or let's say someone watches this and they're brand spanking new to prepping, what will be like the top 5 things, that you would say, hey, these are things that you have to get now?
Oh, that's easy. I grew up in hurricane land, okay? Around the Houston area, Gulf Coast. I'll tell you right now, besides food and water, you need to have batteries, candles, and a
Matches,
cooler. A cooler.
cooler.
Yep.
Okay. Batteries, candles, cooler. I gave you
Mm.
matches. 'Cause you gotta be able
Oh, fire starter,
fire
barbecue
starter, yeah.
pit. Some of y'all might want to get a solar charger for your phones, or you could even probably work your computers through that thing. But gosh, what if it's in the winter? You might need extra blankets. It's just,
There's so much to concentrate on.
if
But
it's in
you're
the
right.
summer, you want one of them handheld fans.
That you can plug into your phone.
That's not a bad idea.
I always, and Jennifer and I talk about this all the time. If/when, and none of, I always say this, I never want this to happen, because I know some crazies are out there. I can't wait for it to happen. No, I don't ever want this to go down. If it does happen, I hope it happens during the spring or fall time. More preferably the spring, because I feel like if it happens during the winter, especially the winter, I mean, because some places get so cold and so many people are so unprepared. And we were actually talking the other day. I was at the Army Navy surplus store and I was buying a prep item that I was so happy I found.
I remember.
Yeah, I've actually found a 100% wool blanket, guys. Oh my god, I was so happy to get that thing. But you know what? It must have had 15 pounds of dirt in it, Christina, because when I got it home and I washed it, it was heavy when I put it in the laundry. But when it came out, it wasn't heavy anymore, and it smelled a heck of a lot better. So it was so
That's
it
really
was
bad.
bad. It was bad. It was smelling bad. I was like, did somebody like die in this thing or something?
Probably have sand coming out of Iraq washed out of that thing.
It
You never
probably
know.
did. It was crazy. It was really, really bad. So Jennifer's passing by. I just played your
Hello?
commercial. Christina said hello. She says hello. They probably can hear you. Could y'all hear?
So nice. I heard it.
Oh, you
I
heard?
heard.
Okay, cool. All right, Christina. Let's give you a scenario, and you walk us through what you would do. All right. This is gonna
Okay.
be our segment. What would you do?
Okay. We didn't rehearse for this, y'all.
Yeah, and I meant to tell you guys that up front. We did not rehearse any of this. We got on about 5 minutes before you guys came in. I said, hey, we're going to do an audio check. My audio wasn't working. Christina's like, hey, you need to get it together because I'm ready to roll. That's why I got this headset on because my audio wasn't working. All right, so what would you do? You ready?
I'm ready.
Get nervous.
No.
Okay. You're outside in your garden.
Okay.
It's a nice summer day.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, power goes out everywhere. And you see planes falling from the sky. What do you do?
Well, my daughter and I, we've already got one of two choices already worked out. If we have a chance, we'll try to alert our neighbors if they don't already see it. We'll try to stand there and fight. And if not, we got two go bags and an escape route.
Now, what is that scenario I just gave you?
Oh, that's a Russian invasion. It's an invasion. It's gonna happen.
Okay, yeah,
It will happen.
that could be it. I was leaning toward an EMP, but okay, Russian. I mean, that's probably the way it's going to start. If you know what, if I was a
Yeah.
superpower and I was going to try to take out the United States, and I mean this is common knowledge. You attack the grid. I mean that's just common because our grid is so susceptible. Is that the right word to foreign invasion? Is our grid is barely up. You know, I didn't realize this, Christina, but the blackout that happened in New York, God, when was that? That was like, wasn't that long ago?
Was that last year?
93? 03 maybe? I don't know. It was when President Obama was in office. Um, I didn't realize this, but it was like 10 to 15 people actually died during the blackout. And it was only like 12 hours.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
go
I mean, well, if you
crazy
think
when the
about
lights are out.
how, well, I mean, we've got communications in our grid. We've got doors that won't open without the, we've got people on life support that guess what? If that electricity's off, they're gone. So yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Can you imagine that
And
across
don't
the
don't be in
nation?
a high rise building like in New York, and you can't, if you get stuck in the elevator, what do you mean? How do you breathe? You're right though.
There's
I
a
mean,
lot of things you can't do in an emergency situation in a skyscraper. That's why I live in an RV. There's no second story here. Okay.
that's true. So true. All right, guys. This is your chance to ask Christina or myself any questions. Thank you guys for being here. I forgot to pull up another commercial. Let me pull up a commercial real quick. I cannot do off grid desert farming with Paul and Adrian. Their commercial is so long. It's funny. It's good. But you know what? Here's one right here. I'll play for you guys. So we're gonna go back to one more of our two partners, and here they are.
I'm Christienah, where we explore preparing for the last days through Bible prophecy and current news. Now, back to plant-based homestead prepper.
Yeah. Thank you, Christina. I forgot I had one for 6 acres. Let me run hers real quick while I'm thinking about it. I feel like it's too close. There we go. I agree, Michaela. The last place I want to be is in New York City. Oh my God, doing something happening. The last place I want to be is New York City. I can't think.
I
I
have to
can't think
agree.
of a worse place to be if SHTF, WRL, Milwaukee, anything went down. I cannot think of a worse place to be. No, I really can't. Maybe a subway underneath water with the water rushing in, but that's still in New York. So I mean, you're screwed either way. Yeah, I wouldn't
I'd
want to
be
be
afraid to be in Los Angeles.
really
Yeah,
more than New York.
probably about the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Those
Any
were on my
any
top
any
list.
major city, any major city.
Yeah, they're both competing for first in my mind.
Yeah. Night Collector said, I want to be in a place I could protect what's mine, and that's not in the city of any kind. I agree with that totally, and that's the reason why Jennifer and I are looking at properties outside of the city. We're trying to move from where we are and get out of the city.
That's what I
Yeah,
did. I'm in the country now. Big country.
that is the way to be. Now the country. Now what are some of the cons? Now we all want to move to the country. What are some of the cons of living in the country? I can think of three right now, but I want to hear it from somebody who actually lives in the country.
Well, the biggest complaint from people that can't take it, that are more cityfied, the bugs and the allergies. They have a tough time with that, but there's definitely a big difference in the dress code. When you're in the city, you can go totally model the way you dress in the city. You try wearing that out here, everybody thinks you have lost your mind. Okay. So
That
you
is
just keep
very
it
true.
real simple, but it becomes kind of nice, because you don't have to worry so much about your image, in the country. You just, you get to do what everybody else out here is doing, is surviving.
Now I said give us some cons, and you turned that around and gave us a pro.
Oh,
All right. So other than the bugs, I know entertainment is not as prevalent in the rural area than it is in the city. Y'all probably don't have a movie theater close to where you are.
we do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, we do. We do. I mean,
Yeah. Is it a drive? Is it a drive-in?
no, no, but I think there was one put up not that long ago,
Are
not
you
far from me.
serious?
I'm dead serious. They
That
put
would
up
be
a drive.
so cool. Oh my gosh. I haven't been in a drive. The last drive-in I went in, I was a kid, and that was in the 70s. And I think we went to go see Wolfman or something like that. Would be so cool to have for me and Jennifer go out on a drive-in date. That would be so cool.
I think it was like on the east side, like Kingwood, Texas, somewhere around there off of 50, 5969, whatever they call it now. They did put something up there. So yeah, we're not that far from Houston. I mean, I'm just, right here at the top, so I can get in if I need to, but I'm in the country,
Right.
lots of woods,
Oh,
lots.
that's beautiful. Yes. All right, let's catch up on our chat here. Susan said Cali is in blackout now due to the fires. Okay. Makita said, my mom got caught in an elevator doing a blackout there. She is now frightened of elevators and escalators. I can imagine. How long was she in the elevator? How long was she trapped there? Night Collector said, long way. He said one of the cons of being in the country is a long way from a doctor. You don't need a doctor if you live off the land. I didn't say that, did I? I didn't mean to say that.
Well, if things hit the fan, I've noticed that you'll find your EMTs popping out, and your nurses and your doctors, and a lot of us do know CPR and first aid, and a lot of us have our home remedies out here too.
You know what? It,
So
it forces you when you live in a more rural area. It forces you to really try to. You become a jack of all trades, really. I mean, because I remember when I grew up, I grew up with. Well, I grew up in rural Texas as it was, but I was raised by older people, and they always had a remedy. I remember one time my sister and I was playing in a tree, and the lady that raised us, she was like, "Y'all don't play in that tree because you're gonna fall, you're gonna cut your leg because it was a bunch of glass down there." Well, lo and behold, of course, I fell out the
Mm-hmm.
cut my leg. I had a gash, Christina, that was probably 6 inches, and it was deep. I mean, it was bleeding to the point where I know somebody should take me
Mm.
to the hospital, and I got like 40 or 50 stitches. That lady prayed over my leg and put some whatever she had on it, and within like 5 minutes, it had stopped bleeding. And I don't have a scar to show for it. I don't. It didn't even leave a scar. So, yeah,
We don't have money
you
to
learn
go
how
to
to
the
do things.
doctor. Nobody has money to go to the doctor, so we got these home remedies. If you
Right.
need Tylenol around here, we go to the rose bush and pull the rose petals off and boil some water and then put those rose petals in there, some green tea bag, honey and cinnamon and sugar, and then we have ourselves a herbal tea and that, some peppermint. We listens around here. We don't usually go to the doctor. That's for rich people.
Okay. Let's catch up on chat here. A long way away from the doctor. Sorry, I haven't been chatting. Still listening, still working. Thank you, X Country. We appreciate you being here. Miss Grace, I am so thankful for you. Miss Grace actually sent me a ton of pictures. I'm gonna be doing an upload very shortly, and you guys, this is gonna shock you. Talking about the food shortage. Well, it's not gonna shock us. It's gonna shock a whole bunch of people. Sorry I'm late. Hi, Christina and Plant Based Prepper. Hello, Miss Grace. How are you?
Hi, Miss Grace.
And Michaela said, I am not sure, but my father was there to calm her. That is amazing. I'm glad she didn't go through that by herself. And then Half Crazy said, goose grease and gunpowder. What is that for? What is goose grease and gunpowder for? Half Crazy.
That's
You
what
gotta
I
let me
want
know
to know.
because I don't know what that remedy is for.
He's a smart guy.
So yeah, I don't even I don't. How do you even get goose grease? Is that from cooking down a goose or something? And then
I
it's what's
think
left over
so.
in the pot? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even know how to get gunpowder, so you got to tell me this trick. You got to tell me what this is for. Oh, I guess that's for a headache. Goose grease and gunpowder. Please tell us what that's for, Half Crazy, because we don't know.
I told you you're smart. I'll get the recipe.
Yeah. So how much cooking do you actually do? Because see, like we here in the city, and we have gotten to the point where because we eat plant based, we don't really do a whole bunch of cooking because a lot of things that we eat is raw anyway. But how much being in a rural area, how much cooking do you actually do? And
I cook
baking.
every meal. I cook every meal. Well, my daughter and I've got this thing. She cooks all the sweet and I cook all the savory. But
Okay.
we always cook. So she's, throwing out pumpkin pie, blueberry pie, apple pie, Rice Krispie
Hey,
treats, cookies, muffins, and I'm throwing out the pastas and the hamburgers. But we cook every meal here. We don't really like anybody
mm,
processing or touching our food for us.
yeah.
We don't really like that. We don't feel it's safe, that we feel like something is probably wrong with it, and we'll just make our own. We make everything from scratch, even our bread.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm,
I don't even buy bread from the store. I get the
wow, that's good.
flour.
Now you were telling me about a recipe and I mentioned you today in my video when I did it earlier about this condensed milk. Tell us this recipe about this condensed milk and these potatoes.
Well, it's evaporated milk.
I'm sorry, evaporated milk.
Yeah, they do have a sweetened condensed milk, but that's for sweets. The evaporated milk, it's milk in a can, but it's a little thicker and creamier, and it makes everything just so good, and it's also really good like for a stuff hits the fan situation scenario. You're going to want some type of milk to make your pasta sauces or your gravies, and to have that canned milk, and it's good, so when you like boil your potatoes, instead of putting milk in there, you put evaporated milk as you stir those potatoes, and butter, salt and pepper, and it's the best, creamiest mashed potatoes you've ever had in your life. Same with macaroni and cheese. I know you don't eat macaroni and cheese, Rod, but
Don't.
other people might. And if you don't use regular milk, use evaporated milk. Oh, it's like the commercials make it look. It's the way macaroni and cheese should be. Okay, don't do mac if you're not going to do it right. There's no point. I didn't want just the pasta. I want that dripping cheese.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Um, so when you're baking bread,
Mm-hmm.
are you doing it in a like a bread maker, or are you baking it in the oven?
In the oven.
And
My camper oven.
do you make sandwiches out of this bread? I mean, can you slice it that thin?
Oh yeah, I made grilled cheese sandwiches with it last night, and this morning we toasted it and put apple butter on it, and which is it's awesome. I make great sandwiches with it all the
Okay,
time. It's good.
okay, I
It's
believe you.
it's better than store bought actually.
I'm gonna tell you this, I bought Jennifer a bread maker. Like, actually, I didn't buy it; it was given to me. And my honey, I love her to pieces. She tried to make bread with this bread maker. It was unsuccessful.
Uh,
It was so unsuccessful.
But you just got to be persistent.
Okay, that's what I heard, and I heard the same thing about biscuits, because first time I tried to make biscuits, I was like, oh, this is not right here, and the person that gave me the recipe is like, you just got to keep trying. It's like anything else, you got to keep trying.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And same thing with gardening, same thing with cooking some of my dishes. There have been some experiments I tried that I wish I would have never thought of. But at least I know what I don't want to do. But
Right
you keep going.
now, you mentioned gardening, and
Hmm.
that is so true. What I have learned about gardening and farming and growing stuff, you have to keep trying. And I was going to ask you this: how were you trying to grow your potatoes this year? Were you growing them in the ground, or did you use the laundry basket technique and try it that way?
Actually, I'm using the 5-gallon bucket method for my potatoes.
Okay.
It was just too hot, and it,
Yeah.
it was just way too hot for the soil, even in the buckets, and so they just didn't want to grow. They just wouldn't grow. But as soon as those temperatures were getting down below 90,
Hmm.
that's when I was able to get them to finally take off
Now explain to
and
us how
start
the
growing
bucket
for me.
method works.
It's a 5-gallon bucket, and I drilled some holes in the bottom of it with a drill and a bit, and I mixed some tea grounds, used tea grounds in it to change the acidity of the soil, and I added just a little bit of sand. You don't want to put too much in there; it'll hold the water in the soil. You don't want to do that. You just want to add a little bit of sand to lighten the weight of the soil, really. And
Okay.
you make sure that you plant them standing up, not sideways. Standing up, and
Now, when you
they're
say
they're
stand up,
well. If you look at the potato that's going to have a belly button, it's kind of
hmm
long, and on one side or the other, it's going to have a belly button. And the cheeks should be growing the other way. And so you'll put the belly button down in the ground with the cheeks facing up.
okay. And
There are a
how
lot of
many
videos about it. What?
how many potatoes do you put in the bucket?
Well,
And
the
where do you
first
position
one has
it?
the first one has one in it, and it's in the middle.
Okay.
And the other one, it's got three in it in a triangle kind of positioning. And so I just want to see if there's a difference in how they grow or whatever. I'm still kind of in the experimentation. I grew some potatoes last year, but it was like the first time, and the holes weren't big enough in the bottom,
Yeah.
so they didn't get very big. So this is my second chance at growing them, and I've done some tweaking in my crazy science gardening lab.
Yes.
So I'll be able to find out which way is better.
All right. I want you to let me know how that works. And that's one thing you gotta be willing to do is you have to be willing to try things and try different things and find out what works best, not only for you but for your environment that you live in when you're
And have
growing food.
fun.
And yeah, just have fun, because you're gonna kill some things. I mean, it just is what it is. You're gonna have some stuff that's gonna be thriving one day, and you're gonna go out there the next day. You're like, what happened to you? And I talk to
How
my
many
plants all the time.
Yes, how many
I get
successful people have you heard of that were really successful? They always talk about how many times they failed before they finally got it right, you know? So I think that's the key to anything is just keep trying, you know? So what if what a few, like, I mean, I'll have a few of my plants that the first time I try doing something, they'll die, but I'll keep doing it until I figure out what they want.
Yes, ma'am. You have to keep trying. It's just like first
Yep.
time I grew a pineapple, I totally killed it, and I was like, okay, that's not the way it happened on YouTube, but let me try it again. And ever since then, oh, it's just like the avocados. I could not grow avocados for like a year, and then all of a sudden, I figured it out, and now I have like 20 of them growing. You just got to figure out what works best for you and your environment,
That's
and you'll
right.
figure.
And it becomes so personal, you know, you really enjoy what you've done and what you got from yourself.
And then when you eat your stuff, it tastes so much better. I think my food tastes much more. I was about to say more better. I think it tastes better than anybody else's because I put so much love into my growing.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I talk to my plants all the time. Every time I pass them, I'm like, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And I'm not gonna go into the science about water because I can do a water lecture for the next 2 hours. But living things need to be loved. Not only
Yes.
humans, but all living things need to be loved because they're
That's
alive.
absolutely. I tell you what, green beans that you
Hmm.
grow yourself are
Right.
way better than anything I've ever tasted in a can.
Oh, I agree. Yes.
I never had them until now.
And you know, and I was telling Christina this a lot of times. A lot of my food doesn't make it into the house because I sit out there in the yard and I just I pull it off the stalk and I eat it. Well, we eat raw around here anyway, so it's nothing for me to. And I was out in my garden earlier, and we're gonna do a video. We promised you guys like 2 days ago we was gonna go pull this watermelon live, and we hadn't done it yet. But I was out there looking at this watermelon, and it definitely needs to be pulled. And I still have okra growing. As cool as it is right now. I still have
Mm.
thriving okra. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you guys are still growing. Thank you. So yeah, and I still have figs on my tree.
Now that's some good eating right there. Telling you, you need
But
to make that fig jelly.
not enough to make any jelly. It's just enough for me to go out there and get four, 5 of them off and eat them right there on as soon as I pull them off.
I'm just being hopeful for next year.
Next year, I will promise you, I will make some jelly, and I'm gonna make at least 2 jars so I can make me one, and I'm gonna send you one. How about that?
Yeah, you can definitely threaten me with a good time on that.
All right, let's
'Cause
catch
I
up on
haven't had
chat before we get out of here. Let's see. I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, I'm good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, we way behind on chat. Let's see here. Half Crazy said that her granny used to. Uh, let's just show it. How about that? Granny used to something pig fat and full of charcoal, nitrous. Grandpa house tore up. Okay, you that's some old country living right there. And then she said corrected with Granny. Michaela said tobacco when wet will pull out a wasp sting. Um, okay, learned that from a Boy Scout. Good. Darcy S says hello. I didn't realize I could do this right here. Oops. Oh, okay. Okay. Christina, I have tried the car tire and straw with goat and rabbit poop theme.
He's talking about gardening.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Oh,
Okay, cool. How did that work for you, Half Crazy? Would love to grow avocados. Michaela, all you gotta do is just watch my videos because I show how to grow avocados all the time. I give you guys an update. I show you from seed to little root to sprout all the way up to plant. So just keep watching the channel. Let's see here. Wouldn't eat can really. You gotta grow some, and you can grow some in your house. Okay. Remember, you if you don't have a greenhouse, you already have one because it's called your house. Me too. Okay, but they don't like Oregon. And Makeda said, "Oh, okra. One okra plant still
okra.
growing. Okra. And trying to let it go to seed? Okay, cool. Now this is the question I have, because I've never seen it happen. Tomatoes, okra, do they come back the next year? Because I always pull my plants up. Is it possible that they can regerminate and come back the following year?
If the seeds have dropped, then yeah, they can, but it's best to save seeds because they're going to have a seed shortage too with all these crop losses. So whatever seeds you have, you better save them.
I agree. Linda Bishop says, "Hi, Christina."
Hi, Linda. So good to hear from you again.
I don't get any highs though, just Christina. Okay, all right, I got you.
Not right.
Well, listen, thank you so much. We're up on an hour now. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna have to do this again.
I would love that. This is a lot of fun.
This hour has passed by. I mean, it seemed like 10 or 15 minutes to me. This has been a whole hour. We've been on an hour.
I can't believe it. I'm actually really shocked, if you want to know the truth. I did not expect it that it just went by that quick.
That's because you're such an awesome interviewee.
And you are a great interviewer.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that. It was so much fun. And I love seeing everybody here. It's so awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. So go to Christina's channel. Now is your time to go to Christina's channel and go subscribe and watch her stuff and check out all of these other great channels that you've seen tonight of everybody popping in. So go check out everybody. We still got you guys chatting. Listen, Christienah is number one. Yes, she is half crazy, and I guess I'm 1.5, 1 3/4, 1 7/8. I mean, what am I?
Love you, half crazy. You're my
Thank
heart,
you for being
baby.
here, half crazy. Thank you for being here, Linda, Miss Grace, half crazy again. Just trying to roll through the chat. Let me see, who's the country guy? X Country, thank you for being here. Knife Collector, thank you. Michaela, thank you. And anybody who we miss, Queenie, thank you for being here. 6 Acres, thank you for being here. I try to promote folks as much as possible. Susan has a new channel too, and she's trying to get it up and running. You guys go check out Susan Weddle.
Susan.
Let's see who else. Donna Sin Singer. And I think that was about it. And we want to thank Stream. Who is this? We want to thank StreamYard for putting up this platform so we can actually go live as a small channel and host people, because up until now I didn't know we could do this.
But we did.
And thank you, Christienah, for being the first. There's always one. There's only one number one, and you will be the first one that ever came on this channel and did a live interview. You'll be the first.
I am forever honored. Yes, and you are my first interviewee. So this is it's a day of firsts. And it's been just so much fun. I really can't wait to do it again.
Thank you. Let's read back through these. You guys won't even let us go. Texans are all okay. Here we go. Boom. Texans are all a little off. Yes. You was trumpet. Okay. And sorry, bro. Yeah, whatever. Y'all love Christienah. No problem. I'll be 1 7/8 if I got to be behind Christienah. How about that?
You're special too, Rod.
Well,
everybody loves you.
Thank you. All right, guys, go and check out Christienah's channel. And if you haven't subscribed to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, we need your support too. So subscribe. Hold on, I got to leave you with one last commercial. This is absolutely, I love all my tubing buddies, but this is my baby right here. You know what I'm about to play, right, Christienah?
Jennifer.
No, I'm not gonna play Jennifer. Nope.
What? I got it wrong?
You got it wrong, sweetie. Here we go. Last video of the night.
Subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to our channel. Yes, subscribe to our channel. Tell me.
Subscribe to our channel.
Yes, subscribe.
I love that little girl.
She is amazing. She's only 6, and I did not prompt her to do that when we were doing the video. I did an interview with her, and because she was walking the runway, she was a model one day, and I was like, "Come here, let me interview you." So we sat down, we just did an interview, on the phone. And at the end, She's natural. And I was like, you got anything else? She's like, that's where that came from. I was like, do you have anything else you want to say? And that's where that subscribe to our channel came from.
Wow.
Off the cuff, a 6-year-old, and I couldn't have paid her to do it better.
You need to ask her to be your manager now.
I'm gonna call her as soon as we get finished. Like, hey, can you be my manager?
I need some ideas here.
Exactly, I know. All right, Christiana, let's get out of here. Thank y'all for being here. Go subscribe to Christienah channel. Make sure you subscribe to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun.
All right, y'all.